Every story you've ever heard moves in one direction. People are born. They grow older. They die. Ice melts in a warm room. Smoke spreads in the air. A glass falls and shatters. But never the opposite. You never see smoke gather itself back into a cigarette. You never see shattered glass jump back onto the table. So here's the question. Why does time only move forward? To understand this, we have to start with something surprisingly simple. Order. Imagine a perfectly organized room. Everything is in its place. Now imagine a messy room. Which one happens naturally? Messy. Because the universe has a preference. It prefers disorder. Physicists call this entropy. Entropy is a measure of how disordered a system is. And the second law of thermodynamics says something profound. In an isolated system, entropy always increases. This is why ice melts. Why buildings decay. Why living things age. But here's the strange part. The laws of physics, almost all of them, work perfectly fine forward or backward in time. If you filmed two particles colliding and played it in reverse, physics wouldn't complain. So why do we experience time as moving forward? The answer may lie at the beginning of everything. The early universe was incredibly ordered. Low entropy. From that moment on, entropy has been increasing ever since. That increase creates what we call the arrow of time. Time moves forward not because it has to, but because the universe started in a very special state. Now, let's make it personal. Your brain. Your memories. You remember the past, not the future. Why? Because memory itself is a physical process. It requires energy. It increases entropy. You can record what has happened, but not what hasn't. Even life itself is a fight against entropy. Living organisms constantly take in energy, just to stay ordered. The moment they stop, entropy wins. So what would it mean to reverse time? It wouldn't just mean events running backward. It would require entropy to decrease. And as far as we know, that never happens naturally. Not on Earth. Not in stars. Not in black holes. Time doesn't move forward because it's pushed. It moves forward because everything else falls apart. And here's the unsettling thought. The arrow of time isn't a law written into the universe. It's a consequence. A consequence of how everything began. Which means, if the universe had started differently, time itself might have flowed another way.